Welcome back, you guys. I'm Tassie, and today, before we get started with eating, I actually wanted to ask you guys. So, you know how I've moved, and like a year and a half ago, I was actually out in San Francisco, and I was on Fisherman's Wharf, and they have people who can draw and paint you there, and then you can get like a drawing of you done. And like my sisters, they were super excited. They wanted to try it out. In my whole life, I was 30 at the time. I had never had anybody draw me before. So, you know, we sat down and then we got ourselves drawn and we watched them draw other people too. And they were pretty good. And they did a lot of celebrities. They were also really good. And then my sister went first. It did look like my sister. It was pretty good. And then I went. And it was really odd. He spent an insanely long time trying to draw me, and he kept like looking at me and like turning his head because like I don't really know what he was looking at. So I'm going to show you guys that drawing and then let me know if you think it looks like me, because I don't think it looks like me, but let me know. Maybe it's one of those things where I just don't recognize myself when I see myself. Oh my god, you guys. Does it look like me? I mean, take a close look. I don't know. So my sister had asked me when I went out to California a couple months ago, she was like, oh my god, like did you hang it or did you put it like in a case or anything like that? Like my painting? Like, did I frame it? I was like, no, because it doesn't look like me. Maybe it does, but just let me know in the comments below, you guys, if you think that that drawing looks like me. All right, moving on. All right, so for the food, what I have here, it's actually creamy onion chicken. The chicken is basically just deep fried. And you can just go buy fried chicken if you want to, like from Popeyes or somewhere. And on top of that, it's actually a cream-based sauce. I use Alfredo, but just so you guys know, in like South Korea, a lot of them, they'll actually make it themselves or else they'll also use Alfredo. So you could do either or. Kimi, she's a huge mukbanger as well in the US. And she has a sauce that she's made. It's basically just butter, mayonnaise, and I think it's Japanese mayonnaise. And then they just use heavy whipping cream. So you can just use heavy cream on there. And then you just add a little bit of salt and whatever. But I use Alfredo sauce. And there's just onion. So this is actually a dish that really blew up in South Korea a few years back. I remember when I first saw it. I did a lot of research on it because I'm like, we don't have that here in the US. So I made this. And then these are just my rolls, my rice ball rolls that I like to make as well. And typically I just put sesame seeds, sesame oil and stuff like that in there. But this time I added their pickled daikon or their pickled radish. Okay, so these are actually raw white onions with Alfredo sauce on top. And the chicken I fried myself. It's fried with cornstarch. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of raw onions, but it's not super bad in this dish here. I love to eat my rice balls here. Hit the floor. All right, let's redo that. And the onions, I do soak them in water for a while. It just gives it a nice crunch. And the chicken here, it is just chicken thigh. Oh my god, if it looks like I'm sweating, it's like really, really hot. It's been super hot lately and it's getting muggy because like in Minnesota, we just get like really, really muggy weather here. It does get like harder to stay outside because I hate when I'm standing outdoors and I start to sweat and I'm not even doing anything. I'm just standing there. That like, it really irritates me if I just start sweating and I'm just standing around. And you know, another mukbanger that I follow, her name is Vicky. I think her channel is called Table for One though. She's out in Toronto and she's Vietnamese, and she had commented on one of her videos about, you know how some people, they only eat certain things in certain weathers? I'm not one of those people. Because like in the wintertime, I'll still eat a huge bowl of pho. You know, like I'll still crave soupy foods. It's not like something I typically only eat in the wintertime. But I know there are a lot of people who do eat that. And I was just thinking, like, I've been craving pho a lot lately. On my Facebook and on my Instagram, I had posted up when I went to go eat pho the other day. And it's like, sometimes if the pho is not like exactly the way you wanted it, or it's in your head, you still crave it. So tomorrow I'm actually going out to dinner with my brother and his girlfriend, and we're going to a restaurant out in Brooklyn Park. It's called Mandarin, and so they said that the pho there is really, really good, so I'll have to go check them out. I'll post up photos on my Facebook and Instagram. And I'll let you guys know if I liked it. Mandarin's like 30 minutes from here though. From Uptown. And like from my brother, he lives in St. Paul, close towards Inver Grove Heights and everything. It's a really long drive for him. I think for them it's gonna be like 45 minutes. But my brother really likes the squid there. It's like a tempura type of squid. So it's like calamari. But his girlfriend said they had good food. I'm kind of iffy because we have very different tastes in foods. She likes things that are really salty. And I don't really like things that are really salty. Because, you know, like with pho, there's sweet pho and then there's salty pho. I prefer sweet pho. But, you know, not to the point where it's super sugary. And you guys, any of you who eat pho, you should try putting peanut butter in there. I like it. My brother's been obsessed with boat pho. If you've ever had boat pho, it's basically the blood in there. I don't like to eat that kind of stuff. It's like cooked though. The blood is like cooked separately, I think, and then they mix it together with the pho. I don't know, but I watch a lot of documentaries and I've seen a lot of people talk about it on their own channels on YouTube, and they say that it just makes it really thick. I don't know how I feel about that. My brother doesn't eat the actual blood pieces though, but he likes it in his pho. I don't know. All right, let's challenge ourselves here, Tassie. Mm-hmm. That was called the perfect bite. If you guys noticed earlier, the balls in the front, they were smaller because I had more patience when I started doing it. And then like these back ones here are really large because I kind of lost my patience with making them small. I think later I'm going to get pho. I don't know, because I'm going to eat pho tomorrow. Oh, and in case you guys were wondering, you know how I was telling you guys I was craving Taco Bell? I ended up eating it for lunch at work. And I felt really bad because like after I ate it, I was like, wasn't even satisfied. Like I wasn't happy. They took away the nacho fries though. And I loved Taco Bell nacho fries. I made way too much sauce for this. It was a visual thing, so I poured it. But normally I like to dip my meats into it because I don't like this much sauce in general. I like to just kind of dip it in my meats. Yeah, it's like 80 something degrees outside. The thing is, like, pho restaurants, you know, like, they have air conditioning. My favorite pho, definitely, though, it is homemade. I do prefer homemade pho a lot. And I prefer thinner noodles versus thicker ones. The problem with homemade is how much time it takes to prepare it. And I think I prefer it so much because normally if you get homemade, everybody, even if it's not like the best homemade pho you've had, they always have all the condiments available that you could change your pho taste. And then you can just pick out the meats you like. I don't like seafood in my pho. That's probably only the big no-no for me, besides the blood. But then that wouldn't be regular pho anymore. But yeah, I don't like seafood in my pho. Some people really like shrimp or squid. I'm not a fan of that. And I love tendon in my pho. I could do tripe or no tripe. It doesn't bother me. But tripe isn't something like, I'm like, yes, I must put a ton of tripe in there. I just feel like it's extra. I only like cilantro and green onions in my pho. I don't like all of the basil and everything else that you could put in there. I don't like that. No bean sprouts for me. I do like mine to have a lot of lime though. And jalapenos. Fresh. And I say that because in Minnesota, a lot of restaurants, they started using the jarred pickled jalapenos. So I don't like that. I'm full. Alright, you guys. Thanks for watching. Maybe I'll do pho next. If I can wait till tomorrow. I don't want to get pho'd out. I really want to eat pho again. Bye, you guys.